I've long been a fan of NASA and the U.S. space program. I've even had a bucket list wish to be the first priest in space. Now, some might like to send me there and keep me there. I don't want to spend a lot of time up there. I'm a little claustrophobic, and so spending a long time encased in a capsule is not what I would want to do. But to orbit the Earth a couple of times and then come back, that would be great. So if you know anybody, I'm available. Some, though, oppose the space program, but mainly on the basis of the finances involved. Yes, it is expensive, but I think it has also produced many scientific contributions to our society. One such example that I think many of us perhaps use maybe frequently is GPS. As we know, GPS can track our location and help us get to a place that may be unfamiliar to us. Sometimes, though, it might put us on a track that doesn't get us to where we want to go. I've had that experience. But generally, GPS provides the right directions to get from point A to point B. Well, in the gospel today, Jesus provides a sort of GPS for getting to the kingdom of God. But don't think it's going to be easy. In fact, he says that it will be necessary to enter through the narrow gate. His directions are in response to a question that was posed to him. Lord, will only a few people be saved? It seems likely that the questioner felt that he or she had already made it. But in their smugness and self-assurance, they wanted to know if many others were as good as they were, and if they had a chance to make it like them. Jesus basically responds, don't be so smug about it. Maybe you have made it, but you can't be so sure. There are many who you might not expect to make it, but to your surprise, they will. In effect, Jesus is saying there is one way into the kingdom and one way only. And that way means following the teachings that Jesus offers, not anything you can do on your own. If you follow only your way, then you will find yourself left out in the cold. I will tell you, the gospel says, I don't know you. I don't know where you're from. Many, I tell you, Jesus says, will attempt to enter, but will not be strong enough. In other words, there is a cost involved, and the cost of entry is love. Love of God and love of neighbor. But unfortunately, not all are willing to pay the cost that Jesus expects of his disciples. And that's when the doorman says, the gatekeeper says, I do not know where you are from. Oh, the kingdom of God is open to all. People will come from the east and the west and the north and the south. But that doesn't mean they're automatic shoo-ins. We must be willing to change our lives in order to live out the gospel if we expect to find a place at the table in heaven. In other words, we must choose to follow the GPS laid out for us by Jesus, which is the way of the gospel, not any path that we would choose on our own. Let me illustrate what I'm saying. We might be tempted to think that because we're here on Sunday morning, that we're a shoo-in like the questioner at the beginning of the gospel today. But in fact, Sunday is only to get us started on the rest of the week. Yes, Sunday demonstrates our love of God. But as Jesus says elsewhere in the Gospels, love of neighbor is just as important. We cannot be faithful on Sunday and not be faithful to Jesus' way the rest of the week. What we do Monday through Saturday is equally important to what we do on Sunday. The love of God that we share in word and sacrament today must be lived out the rest of the week. That is the test for entering the kingdom of God. Jesus provides the direction. It is up to us to follow.